Hey up everyone! So today's movie I'm discussing on the channel is the directorial debut of Dev Patel called Monkey Man. The story comes from Patel and also stars Patel himself as Kid, an anonymous young man who unleashes a campaign of vengeance against the corrupt leaders who murdered his mother and continue to systematically victimize the poor and the powerless. Apparently this film is based off an old mythological Indian epic story that Dev Patel's grandfather would tell him when he was a young boy. The story of Hanuman, this figure who's part human, part monkey, and has almost superpower abilities, who embodies strength and courage. Apparently, he ate the sun, which he mistook for a mango, and the gods punished him by taking away his powers. And what Dev Patel and his co-writers, Paul Angunuela and John Copley, have done is that they've taken the fundamentals of that story and applied it to a slick, modern, ultra-violent revenge thriller. Very akin to the John Wick movies, which even gets a shout-out during a scene where Kid goes to buy a gun. The film wears its influences on its sleeve, not just John Wick, but there's references to Oldboy, Kill Bill Volume 1, and even Superman in one shot. And while the plot may be a little derivative, the execution of this film is stellar. For a first time directing a feature film, Dev Patel shows a natural flair and talent for kinetic, action-packed filmmaking. It's not without its faults, but again, for a first go, he really impressed me. The man's just got it, whether he's behind the camera or in front of it. His performance as Kid is unlike anything we've seen him do before. Okay, he's brutal and tough as bricks, but there's an evolution throughout the film, okay? We gradually see him harden, all the while remaining sympathetic and likable. The action scenes in this film are bone-crunchingly violent, okay? It taps into something very primal. I will admit there were a few times during the action sequences where I would have preferred if Patel took a step back, okay? There were a few close-ups that were just a little too close, but still, the action was wicked. And yeah, this film might be action-packed, but it's not without its comedic moments either. Like, there's one scene involving a window, and that's all I'm gonna say, and also there's another scene where what can only be described as the Batmobile tuk-tuk. Hold tight to the tuk-tuk. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. Yeah, I know it's not the lyrics. I know it's Tiptoe by Jason Derulo, but yeah, that's how my partner sings it. It's a little inside joke we have. But what really surprised me about this film, and something I've seen scarcely mentioned on social media, is just how LGBTQ friendly this action film actually is. In terms of representation, this isn't your typical action flick. I mean, putting aside the fact that you don't often get mainstream action films where the cast is predominantly people of color, there's also this whole subplot involving this commune of non-gender conforming individuals and trans women warriors. That is something I don't think I've ever seen in an action movie before, period. To see a positive representation of the trans community in a film like this, kicking ass and also looking fierce in their garments, was something very special. So yeah, I really do admire Dev Patel for including trans characters in his movie and including them in such a positive way, and I really liked his handling of it because it's not like he's trying to show how progressive he is or how woke he is. It's not like he's trying to tick boxes on a diversity, checklist or anything like that. No. The way they're presented in the film is very matter of fact. They are dimensional people. They serve a very important function in the story. So yeah, I do have to give Dev Patel props for being such a great ally. When it comes to my negatives, there were a couple issues that I had with the script and some of the characterization. Like for starters, there wasn't any resolution for the supporting character, Alfonso, played by Pintobash. He does show up at Kid's final wrestling match, but after that, we don't see what happens to him next. His whole plot arc is just left unresolved. Also, this film took the time to make me care about a dog in this film, okay? And I want to know what happened to her. Did she get a happy ending? Like, she's just another character that just kind of gets forgotten about after a certain point. And I'd also say that Sobhita, Dhulipala's escort character, Sita, she was pretty paper thin. She gives a good performance, but sadly the script doesn't allow her a lot of opportunities to flesh out the character, okay? So she feels more two-dimensional than three-dimensional. I do wonder if it was intentional that they left so many character arcs open-ended and a bit ambiguous because they want to see how the movie performs and maybe turn it into a franchise. I can see them wanting to do that, and given the first glowing reactions to this film, it's very likely that a sequel will be in the works. And if it does get a sequel, then hopefully it will rectify some of the issues that I had with this film. But yeah, we shall see. All right then, let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch it again? Happily. This movie was a blast, all right? Expect to see it on the wall cult at some point, okay? Gonna be watched many, many more times. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? I recommend Monkey Man for those who are fans of the revenge action film. If you're a fan of those movies, which I mentioned before that this film pays homage to, like John Wick, Old Boy, Kill Bill, or even like Bruce Lee's films or Jackie Chan films, you know, films where, you know, anything can be used as a weapon, then yeah, this is a film that you're gonna love. But yeah, if you don't like violent, pulpy movies, then this movie probably isn't for you. But yeah, this is a movie that I would recommend to people. And question number 3, what score to give it out of 10? While I will say there are still a few directorial growing pains for Dev Patel to overcome, he has given us the old 1-2 punch with Monkey Man, because he's proven that he's got the chops to be a bona fide action star, as well as an action-packed filmmaker. Despite having a few issues with this film, I still had a thoroughly entertaining time watching it, so I'm gonna give Monkey Man a score of 7.5 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I'd love to hear from you. Are you excited for Monkey Man? Have you seen it? If you have, what do you think of Dev Patel's directorial debut? Do you want to see a sequel for it? Let me know in that comment section down below. If you have enjoyed this review, do help me out with a little thumbs up button. If you want more movie, TV, and Oscars-related content, don't forget to click subscribe. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.